It says, a merry heart does good like a good medicine. But a what? A broken spirit dries the bones. There's so many things that is going on in the world that is enough to make anyone depressed. The question is, what is depression? Feelings of severe despondency and dejection, self-doubt creeps in, and that swiftly turns to depression. And despondency means low spirit. When your spirit is low, from loss of hope or courage. That's why the Bible says a broken spirit dries the bones. But I want to study, why do people get depressed? There is every reason for anybody to be depressed, especially when you're from Africa. One, to be from Africa and to be born into a poor home, it can cause depression. The moment you have brain and you can think, the feeling of not getting satisfied can cause depression. And being born again, whereas that saves you from death and brings you life, does not mean it saves you from depression. I've seen many Christians who've committed suicide. I've seen many believers who are so depressed. As a matter of fact, I know a pastor who committed suicide. He posted something on Facebook and then he killed himself. People were asking, well, I hope everything's okay. Before they know, they said, oh, sorry, this guy is dead. Life is a battlefield. People don't just help people. I'm telling you this now. When you become born again, it's a good thing to be born again. But don't be born again to be so relaxed and thinking that the Lord supplies all your needs by relaxing. When the Bible says it supplies, that is what it can do. That is what it knows how to do. But before he does this, there has to be something on your end. There has to be something that you are involved in. Many of us are not opportune to go to the best schools. We're born into a poor home, poor family. Some people, they went to primary school, they stopped at primary school because father could not continue. Some, they went to secondary school, they could not write senior secondary examination or the rest of it. Some people wrote that one, they could not go to the university, and then they are hustling and bustling. Do you know one of the painful things in life is doing your best and not getting the result? That can be so painful and frustrating. Trying your best. It's not because you're lazy. You're trying your best, but it's not working. Things are not going the way that you plan. This type of things can cause depression. Being born again is not an automatic guarantee for prosperity. It is not. Even Jesus said to them when he was asked to sell the perfume and give to the poor, he said, the poor you will always have. And some of those poor could be Christians. He said, the poor you will always have them with you. Not everybody is born to be rich. Not everyone is born to be wealthy. Not everyone is born to create wealth. But nobody was cursed from the foundation of the world that you will be this. No, the Bible says life and death I place before you. God is expecting you to choose the destiny that you want to function in. He expects you to choose the destiny. That's why he said, even if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask of the Lord that gives liberally. God has created no one to suffer. But there is life and death. As long as the earth remaineth, there is life and there is death. As long as the earth remains, there is poverty and there is wealth. Whichever one you settle for, that is your path. That is what you may. God did not say, Solomon, you shall be a poor man till you die. God will not do that to you. Especially when you are born again. But the question is, what are you now doing? Now that God has released you into his wealth, has released you into supernatural abundance. I like to use that word. He has released you to supernatural abundance. Not natural yet. It is supernatural, not natural. It is your effort and the works that you do that turns the supernatural into the natural. There is power to heal. There is power to deliver. It's in the supernatural. But it is what you can do naturally that can control the supernatural. How you are able to indulge in fasting and prayer. Even Jesus said, some of these things will not go except by indulging in the flesh, which means you have to deal with the flesh. So sometimes for you to carry spiritual things, you have to involve in physical things to move spiritual things. Are you hear what I'm saying? So when they say the spiritual controls the physical, that is a good thing to say. But the physical moves the spiritual. Are you hear what I'm saying? Am I confusing you? They say the spiritual controls the physical, but I put it to you now that the physical moves the spiritual. Some things will not go out except by fasting and prayer. It means you have to put the flesh into something to be able to invoke spiritual powers. It's the same way that it involves in wealth creation. God has taken you into supernatural abundance, but you have to involve the flesh in the effort of the world to control the supernatural abundance. Are you hearing me? You have to be involved in the things of the world to move the supernatural abundance. It is not a gift to be born again and become lazy. God did not create it that way. This is so many expectations that children of God have. This is one thing I've noticed. People come to church with so much expectation that the moment you are declared upon, as you're going that week, you're just going to sit down. Somebody is going to call your phone and say, come and take 50 billion. How long shall we wait for that? Take a look at this. Even when Jesus was looking for his disciples, he didn't look for lazy people. Even he said, I must do the work of he that sent me. Why it is day? Or God sleep only at night. Even some people don't sleep at night. They still walk at night. But you see some people, in fact, now they create sleep. Sleep morning, sleep afternoon, sleep evening. I'm coming there. I'm trying to tell you, one of the problems which I'm dealing with now is financial insufficiency. Because you don't have money, it can cause depression. But I'm telling you the reason why you don't have money. It's one thing for me to pray for you. It's another thing for my prayer to look for what you've got. Prayer is a seed. It needs your soil to function in. Your effort is a ground for my prayer to yield forth fruit. When the prayer falls on stony ground, it will perish. When I pray for you and you are lazy, it will perish. But when it comes upon a good soil, somebody who is making effort, somebody who has hope, somebody who is confident about himself, it begins to yield forth fruit. What does prayer do? Prayer makes your effort easy. It makes it easy for you. Everybody cannot do the same thing to make money. Just get in the process. I was looking online. I saw this old man, blind and begging. And a small boy was leading him, holding his walking stick. As they were going, somebody who was a photographer took a picture of the boy. If you see this small boy, he's as beautiful as an angel. So the boy, some of you, I don't know if you have seen it. It went viral on the net. Helpers are in your way of effort. Even the man being blind, he still decides to walk on the street to beg. That is an effort. Are you hearing what I'm saying? He did not say, I'm blind. Who will go help me and sit at home and be waiting for his neighbor to cook porridge and bring 2 portions? No. He still got on the streets and helpers saw him through somebody else. What's the gift? I told you, your gift can be anything. Your gift can be how beautiful the way you look. Your gift can be the way you talk. Your gift can be the way you move. Your gift could be anything. It is so important even to know that the gift of David was how he could beautifully throw stones. God has put your destiny in your hands. It's like you've got to choose life or death. Okay, now let's talk about the playing field. First of all, we have a very corrupt government. that does not create a well playing field for people to prosper. Two, we have a society that doing evil is what makes you kind of get something. And if you don't do evil, you don't get something. That people who do good are suffering and they're the ones who are begging. How do you create this playing field for yourself? Say knowledge. When they say knowledge is power, it's not a joke. What you don't know, you cannot benefit from. You are sitting at home, always following those people, going to Naira Bet. They go to bet Chelsea, Liverpool. They wait for 30 years where your money go take bus out. They'll go give you small paper receipt. You put 400, they give paper receipt, you can't put for pocket. After I don't check out, which number for? Sitting at home, that's all you are doing. People organize seminars, people organize programs, people organize this so that they can impact you. You say, you there, and I saw your pocket, they dry, they go, money no they, you will never get it. Why? Because your company is not accompanying your pocket. Your company is not working for you. Now, man, the help man, in case you don't know, some people can help you by giving you substance. Some people can help you by introducing you to a knowledge. But what you don't know, you cannot benefit from. And if you don't associate with the right people, you will never know. They say come to church. People are waiting for the day they will say, 2 days of money tear everywhere. Then you will not come and say, which prophet did they bring? Okay, that man they see well. You come they look for who wants to see your kidney. They see since your foundation, your grandfather did, now that they see they come. Courage now, suffer won't kill you. Forget see, the Bible says knowledge. Wisdom is profitable to direct. There are many platforms. That's why I say knowledge will now introduce you to the one that works for you. Even though the government, there are people who are working online and they are making money online. But if you never know, you will never get it. You don't want to invest, but you want to harvest. Your neighbor say invest before harvest. So that's the first part. I will come because this part is very big. What other thing causes depression? When there's no money, which I've talked about, can cause depression. You have no money, you want to ball, but there's no money to ball. Hey, you'll be thinking, and you'll be seeing your mates, you see your guys, hey, all my guys are ballers, but there's nothing to ball with. And all that. And then you see, you're trying to get, even to get clothes or get food to eat, it's so hard. Those things can cause depression. And maybe when you are still putting small effort, but it's not working, it can cause depression. Another thing that can cause depression, this time is not even money. There are some people that have money and they are depressed. Some people have what we call low self-esteem. They just feel like they don't have so much value. They feel like people don't see them the way they should be. They feel that people see them as inferior. Maybe because they are not so wise, so knowledgeable, people see them some type of way. Or people don't take them seriously. Or people play with their emotions. It can cause depression. They have money. There's money. That's not their problem. But because of the way people treat them, they are depressed. Another thing that can cause depression, it could be suffering from an ailment. Somebody who is sick of a particular ailment and has been trying, it can make that person depressed. It can be feeling, when will this, and there's pain, there's this, there's that. Depression can come from there. Another thing that can cause depression is having to put yourself in a predicament. You must have put yourself in a predicament. For example, some people have mistakenly maybe cultism and now they want to come out, but it's so hard, so depression is coming. Or some people have exposed their body out and people is about to expose them, depression will come, and different type of things can cause depression. If there's going to be a Solomon's law, if I will create my own law, I will call it living life with the mindset of what if. So I call it the what if approach. Always put what if in everything you do. That thing you are holding so dearly. What if you were in the sick bed, you never had it? Everyone here is coming to see you. Hey, you will be fine. Hey. A lady was complaining, Lord, I'm 35 years. I'm 40 years now. No husband, Lord. When shall I have husband? Don't go many prophets and say your husband this week now. So week past, no husband. Your husband next 2 weeks. No husband. Quick. She don't husband. Husband, no, they come. Then she was traveling. As she was traveling, she had an accident. They rushed her to the hospital. Her legs, they raise her for up. They say they need to fix the bone. Now, Lord, help me walk, Lord. She don't forget husband now. Lord, fix my leg. Lord. So you are complaining of something that you don't have. Always apply the what if. The what if approach, it leads you to understand that in everything you've got to give thanks. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Whenever you think of what if I was this blind man? What if I was the one who could not walk? What if I was the one who is homeless? What if I was the one that just died? Then you remember that in everything you've got to give thanks. So don't just always think of the good side. Think of the bad thing that could have happened to you if not that God is helping you. Think of it. You could have died. You managed to have 5,000 and the Lord is saying, can you give that 5,000 to me? He said, this is why I'll take the shops much more. What if you never had it? Won't you still be alive? So I might lose my house. I might lose my car. I might lose my money. I might lose family. But as long as I don't lose my life, I've got to be thankful. Though I've lost all these things, what if it was my life I lost? I may not be able to recompense for my sins. The Bible says, if it's in this world, we have hope. If only in this world. That's what many Christians are doing now. People go to church expecting to get a divine breakthrough, but they forget to know. I'll say it and I'll say it with boldness, hitting my chest to you. God did not create this earth to function on miracles. As long as the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest shall not cease. Which means it shall not stop. There is a time to sow, there's a time to reap, there's a time to invest, and there's a time to harvest. But the problem with us is that we thought that from the foundation of the world, God did not want us to walk. He wanted us to just eat and enjoy. That's why he put Adam in the garden. Go and read that scripture. The Bible says after he created it, he said to them, keep it and dress it. There's a work to be done. Every morning they've got to keep the garden. They've got to dress the garden. Go do it here. They go pay 20,000, 30,000. Now walk. You hear what I'm saying? God told them, you've got to keep it, because if you don't keep it, it will not function well. If you don't dress it, it will not function well. So from the foundation of the world, God knows the principles of sowing and reaping. God created the principles of working and getting paid. A laborer is worthy of his wage. God didn't create the earth to function on miracles. Miracles only come when there is a satanic oppression or you have run out of your ability, then God chooses to help you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That's why it's called miracle. Miracles are the things that are beyond human ability. Anything you can do, God takes his hands off it. That's, Lord, I want to go to America. And the Lord will not say, enter toilet. Now enter the toilet. And Lord say, come out. Ooh, America, Lord. This is America. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, Lord, I give you praise. They play. I go punch your eye. Eh? Oh, you did lie. Eh? So they lie. No, you. I'm not telling you God cannot do it. God will not do it. Not because he cannot. He will not. There is a process to everything. There is a process. Because if God does it, you will become lazy. Everybody say, well, if he did it, let's enter toilet now. Toilet, before you know toilet will be the mist, the food, everybody line up. Which toilet? Okay, now people never go find the toilets, they enter. Let's not deceive ourselves. We are not serving a foolish God. God is not an author of confusion. God cannot confuse you and confuse me. He said when he want to go back, and then the Lord has said, how did you come? Toilet. Oh God. What God cannot do does not exist. Now we don't pray. All the bad politicians die. Which one don't die? Then the old blood, they go put new blood. We where they pray now, we they die. Because the government is not working well does not mean God cannot bless you. We believe in God and what he can do. There is nothing God cannot do. But God is telling you, I did not create this earth to function on miracles. But I can do it sometimes because you are my children and you need help. I can do it. But as long as this earth remaineth, you got to sow. That's why he says, if he's in this world, we have hope only. We are of all men most miserable. Jesus called disciples. His disciples, they came to meet him. He said, come, I'm the Son of Man. I have nowhere to lay my head, no house. So as you follow me, just think if we go sleep for temple or sleep for somebody else or go sleep for street. So as you follow me, no. Jesus said, if any man must follow me, he must first of all what? Deny himself and what? Take up the cross. But people don't want to hear that part. The Bible says after you have suffered a while, God will now settle you, establish you. People don't want to hear those parts. There is going to be blessing here. God will bless you 100% here. That is true. But he doesn't want you to be lazy and rely on him. He wants you to trust him and get on to do. There's something we call step of faith. He said, faith without works is what? Is dead. The step of faith is for you to get on to do something. And the Lord orders the steps of a good man. You have to take the step and the Lord will begin to order it. But when you are not taking the step, the Lord cannot order a sleeping man. He told Abraham, get out of your father's house. And he took the step. Where he was going, he never knew, but God was ordering him. I always use the what if. You are crying about that boy. You are crying about that girl. What if you were blind? You could not know what love is. It's because you can see the person now. Oh, this boy is beautiful. This girl is beautiful. What if you were blind? Would you think of love? Always think of the what if. If you think of the what if, nobody can mess with you. Satan can't even deal with you because Satan knows that you are a grateful person. It takes a grateful person to say, what if? It takes a grateful person to say, what if I was dead? Lord, I thank you. I did not go abroad, but I'm not dead. Are you know what I'm saying? I did not buy the house yet, but I'm not dead. And once there is life, there is hope. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So keep that in your mind and you will push depression out of you. There is something to be grateful for.